Today's first excursion is to South Plaza Island, where the main site is land iguanas. We did see one of these creatures on North Seymour Island, but here they are in an abundance. Land iguanas are believed to live for 50 to 60 years, time them seem to be spending walking around and eating cacti. It is believed that both land and marine iguanas evolved from the same species, but today they're quite different. However, here on South Plazas, the breeding seasons for land and marine iguanas overlap, and they're still close enough genetically to produce viable offspring, known as hybrid iguanas. We haven't seen any of those, so I guess we have to come back here some other time. Oh no! The cacti the iguanas eat have a hard time here. They only grow about 1 centimeter per year, which means that it takes 100 years to reach a meter. And the land iguanas, they can easily eat way faster than that. Once the cacti grow larger than a certain size, they become too large for the iguanas to eat and are safe. But if there's too many iguanas, they never get the chance to grow that big. Naturally, the iguana population is regulated by birds preying on them. But when humans arrived, they brought mice with them, which was the preferred food for the birds. This left the iguanas alone, and they flourished. And then they ate all the cacti. Therefore, the cacti has now been protected to help them grow to sustainable size. The land iguanas can apparently not climb these relatively low fences, which is strange since we've seen marine iguanas climb practically everything. In addition to the land iguanas, there are also nocturnal gulls here, named Swallowtail Gulls. They kinda look like regular gulls, but they have huge eyes to see at night with a bright orange circle around them. Up close they look so amazing. And they're nesting. If we were this close to nesting gulls back home, we would be attacked viciously. But here, they're completely comfortable with us, just a few meters away from them. And last but not least, there's plenty of sea lions, cellulite crabs, and lava lizards here, like everywhere on the islands. We could probably have spent days on this island, but there's so much more to see.
We're back in the water with sea lions. We'll sail to Santa Fe, where we'll snorkel with these underwater dogs first, and then go ashore to see land iguanas, a different kind to those we've seen before. With the strong waves, even the sea turtle can't keep control. It also looks like he has lost one of his legs. Poor guy. The water is deeper here, and the sea lions move around a lot more. It's a bit scary sometimes, but also a lot of fun. Listen to the sound they make. As fun as that was, it's time to get back on board and change and go hike. That just greeted us when we went ashore. There's barely any space to get around them. At first glance, this beach looks pristine, with only some animal bones in the sand. But sadly, as we look closer, the beach is filled with microplastics from around the world. In just 10 minutes, this is what a group of only 20 people found on this small, uninhabited island. The land iguanas here are a distinct species and also endemic to Santa Fe Island. That means they're found nowhere else in the entire world.
next island up looks very different. Santa Cruz has a lush forest and is home to one of the main sights of all of the Galapagos Islands, namely wild giant tortoises. We're so excited about this. Lonesome George is probably the most famous tortoise, the last of his kind. Unfortunately, he died, and once again the world has lost another species due to human activity. Thankfully, the other species are doing better, and here in Santa Cruz there's so many of them. These giants continue to grow their entire life and can become more than 100 years old. In captivity, one has become 170, and the heaviest, 417 kilos. Hello!
Hello!
Right to walk.
It's heavy!
Try to imagine mating with a shell. It's terrible.
You're doing good.
It's really bad on my knees.
Santa Cruz also has lava tunnels, and these are huge. Let's go inside one. Right now we're hiking up a former river, which is a bit hard to imagine in such a dry landscape. Once we get to the top, there should be plenty of boobies here, nesting with babies. There's a tiny chick under the parent. And this one has two. While blue-footed boobies nest on the ground, the red-footed boobies stay in the trees. This is the first time we've seen them. Look at this one trying to show off. Boobies aren't the only ones showing off, these lizards are also sizing one another up. Punta Pitt is the closest point on the Galápagos Islands to the mainland, right where we are standing now. We're now heading down again to the beach to go snorkeling. The sea lion wanted to play fetch with us, which would have been really cute if it wasn't for the fact that this is a sea lion bone. It's probably playing around with one of its relatives. It's our very last excursion now. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but also it means it's the last time we're going to go diving in the Galapagos for snorkeling. This last place came as a big surprise to us. We knew we were going to another beach, but we never thought in our lives we'd actually see a sea turtle nest. The nests are so new that you can still see the trails from the sea turtles in the sand.
Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town.
So the time has come to go home. We're leaving from Puerto Baquerizo on San Cristóbal Island, but before our flight leaves, we have a chance to quickly see the Galápagos Interpretation Center and a bit of the town.
River's gonna cry when you're gone. Where will you go? Won't you miss the ones you know? I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call.
It's really beautiful here and has so much more infrastructure than we ever imagined there would be.
Passing by, leave a mark in our marks to turn to memories.
Unfortunately, there's also plastic here.
Gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
The playground was made for kids, but apparently sea lions have taken over.
Gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
Now it's time to leave, and that's sad. But it has also been the greatest trip ever. If you want to know more about the Galapagos, stay tuned for our next video, where we give tips and talk about things to know before going here.
You would go find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine. When we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town. Just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.